Good evening to one and all present over here. Aspiring to provide opportunity to keep students upgraded with new ideas, we welcome you all to the webinar on Idea to Product, a research pathway for students, organized by IEEE SPS Silver Oak University Student Branch Chapter in the collaboration with IEEE SPS Pune Chapter. As conducting research is an important component for the advancement of scientific thinking, to explore different research areas, we have an eminent speaker, Mr. Ramnik Kalrasov, for today's session. He is a project engineer at Wipro Limited, India. Along with this, he is also an IEEE Impact Creator and an author at IEEE USA eBooks. So without taking much of the time, let's begin the session. Also, in the end, we will have a quick Q&A session for solve all your doubts. Now redirecting to our speaker, Mr. Ramnik Kalrasov, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ritvi, for that wonderful introduction. Let me just share my screen, then we will start the session. Who will be the moderator? Mahesh, will you be there for helping me out?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll be also there, and Divya is also here for you.
Okay, so I hope you are able to see the screen, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect. Wonderful. So first of all, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending upon your time zone. You have joined us today. And it's a really wonderful day because today is Technology Day. So happy Technology Day to everyone. 11th May is actually being dedicated to Technology Day. And I am so much fortunate that SPS chapter of SOU, Silver Oak University from Gujarat, have invited me today. I was actually wondering when to visit Gujarat for some of the event. But yeah, thanks to COVID, this time virtual. So thank you so much to the university chapter as well as to Pune chapter, SPS Pune chapter, for collaborating and for inviting me out for this wonderful topic and for wonderful audience today, because I have we got to know that a lot of students are joining when they are outside, and it's wonderful that you are taking out time to understand this important concept. And this session will be approximately it will be completely covering the aspects what I have covered in my book of IEEE USA. And as a member of IEEE, of all of you, maximum members, I guess, are IEEE member over the call today. So I will be sharing you IEEE USA link so that you can download the book and you can learn more about it, what you have been expected from this webinar. And during the session, please keep yourself muted. And if you have any queries during the session, please go ahead and use the chat window. I will be looking onto the chat window on this side, and I will be doing the presentation on the left side. So there's nothing. I'm able to see you as well, the chat window as well. So, okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So let's start the session. So today we will be covering on Idea to Product, a research pathway for students. And as you got to know from the introduction, I'm currently working as a project engineer in Wipro. I'm an IEEE Impact Creator. That's a public visibility program. I have recently in January 2021 published a book, the same title, Idea to Product, a research pathway for students. And I'm a mentor of change at Atal Innovation Mission, India government. So beginning with that, what we're going to discuss today. Mahesh, am I perfectly audible, visible? Before starting,
yes.
I need to verify.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. So what we're going to discuss today, we will be discussing about what is project-based learning, because I think the pathway to research paper writing. I won't be covering the exact path to how to write research paper, but I will be letting you know lot of resources, how you're going to increase your resume, because many of the students belong to third year, second year, first year, final year over the call, and many are postgraduate students as well from MTech. So that would be really nice mix of audience today to understand about this concept, right? And if time permits, I will able to share the resource also, IEEE Author Center. I hope many of the IEEE members are aware already, but they haven't used it. So in the final year, you will be going through your minor and major project. So obviously it will be so much beneficial for you. And I will be letting you know about my experience in industry. Right now, I am serving notice period for Wipro, and I'm going to join Amazon next month. So I've been recently interviewed from Amazon and a lot of other organizations when I was in my final year. So we will be covering what is project-based learning, PBL learning approach, finding a problem statement and a solution, Because before starting a research paper or before starting a project, it's very compulsory, it's very mandatory. Like students come to me, brother, we don't know how to find an idea. And I was like, let's see how we can find it. No, today we will discuss about that aspect as well. Choosing the right theme and the technology stack. Many times students say to me, Are Baba, we don't know about Python, Java, and all those stuff. How are we gonna go ahead? And today I will be letting you know what are the different aspects, different questions you can ask yourself to find a proper technology stack for your project. Okay. Then we will be going through a journey of depth research survey because there's a kind of thing, right? I am right now, my hometown is Sonipat, Haryana, right? I am thinking of some idea. Is it possible that someone else is not working on that idea? Obviously, it's impossible, right? Everyone, maybe across the globe, someone else is working on IoT so application, what I am working on, right? If I am working on smart automation, maybe a lot of solutions are already available on home automation, right? So that particular phase in the research part is called literature survey. So we will be discussing about that thing as well. And please don't worry if you are a beginner in IEEE, like research paper writing or something, please don't worry. I hope after today's session, you will be get to know about the proper steps and proper guidance as far as I can see the registration form when organizing team shared with me the expectation. So the lot of the students on the call today are excited to learn about how to write research paper in a very deep way. So I will be covering the overview. Obviously, in 1 hour, we can't actually make you an expert in writing research paper, but I can give you some expert advice from my personal experience. So far, I have published around 15 research paper, and I am in the process of doing that. And I have hold one patent as well as I hold my IEEE USA book, as you know. Then we will be discussing about fifth point, prototype development. Because once you come up with an idea or solution, how are you going to develop a prototype for it? No, because if I say, hey, Aniket, I want to sell this product to you. So Aniket will be expecting from me, do you have a POC? Do you have a proof of concept of it? Do you have a working model of your idea? Right? So industries are also looking for that. If you are bringing some idea, solution, they will be looking forward to a prototype. So I will be letting you know how you can proceed with prototype development. So then we will be discussing like a lot of times people are worried like, shall I discuss my idea with other person? Shall I discuss my idea with the faculty members in the college? Shall I discuss my idea with my college friend? Will that be like secure in a very secured way? Yes or not? So we will be learning about the different ways how you can secure your idea, right? Secure your solution or project. In the end, obviously, we will have an interactive session for your any type of queries related to your career, resume building, interview, anything. Okay. So before starting, these are the 3 rules for my session. Actually, I used to say that don't stop asking question in the chat window during the session, and in the last with audio and video to ask any question. Because if you don't ask question, you will be fooled for whole of your life. Because this is the golden opportunity today. An industrialist is joining you from industry and taking out some crucial time from his office time. So that's a golden opportunity for all of you guys, right? It's bridge the industry knowledge and the academic knowledge what you are gaining from your BTech or BE, right? Bachelor's. So it will bridge you. So that's a golden opportunity to ask question to me, and hopefully I will try my best to answer it in a very perfect way so that you can get the proper insights. Okay, so before starting, I love to do something like we had the game before. Now, like my notation is to make you all enthusiastic why we are here today, right? So I like this quotation when I was preparing the presentation for the today's session. I think the most innovation involves doing the things we do every day a little bit better rather than completely new idea, right? Many of the students maybe on the call today, you are confused. Sir, I want to write a research paper. Shall we go completely new? That's good. You are an Albert Einstein or a Bill Gates or Steve Jobs if you are getting a new idea. That's wonderful. But see, guys, if you have a single idea, a lot of people are working on that idea already, right? If I say about rental taxi, right? So rental taxi is being already worked by Uber, Ola, right? And any other organization, startup companies are working on same idea, same problem statement. The thing is how you can make it better, right? How you can make little bit better features into that product or project. So I want to know now. Now it's a interactive time. Please don't stop yourself while be active on chat window. So now I want to hear from all of you in the chat window. What do you mean by project-based learning? Please be comfortable. Go ahead. I am onto the chat window now. Let me see what are the different views you are having. What do you mean by project-based learning? Just be open. Don't worry about it. I'm not giving any marks. Just be a hands up. I'm not giving you any marks that will be added to your practicals or examinations. So please don't feel free in that way. Please feel free. Yeah. Experiment-based learning, kind of hands-on learning while doing that project. Omkar, trying and failing and learning through it, experimental learning. Okay, Arpit, please don't repeat the statements, right? It seems like you are copying other things. Like, yeah, pick an idea and work on that idea, learn with work, learn something on the basis and create that project. That's wonderful. Bhavik, learning from real-time problems, use projects to expand your knowledge. Maharaj, Vivek, practical implementation. Okay. Vishwan Patel, PBL means for me it is project which gives experience to the corporate world. Okay, what else? Wonderful to see you are interactive in the starting slides. It's really great. I get very cold crowd in many of my webinars. I don't know, like if I ask school student, they are so active, and when I ask college student, they are just sleeping behind the camera. I don't know why it doesn't work. But yeah, nice to see today you are very active. Ankush trying to implement ideas by using hardware and software. That's good. Nancy, concept-based learning. Okay. Bharvi, learning something from working practically. Daksh, learning something different from regular theoretical works. Oh my God, that's a fact. That's wonderful. While making project familiar with different issue and how to learn from them. Okay. Lokesh, create something that really impactful in daily life. Perfect. Getting your hand dirty by jumping into practicals. Okay, nice, Arpit. What else? Only 20 to 25 people. How many people we are on the call? 74, including me. Guys, please active. Please be active. Otherwise, I will be sleeping right away. So please don't make the session boring. Please be active on the chat window. Trying to implement without thinking of success. Nice motivational philosophical aspect. Nice to see someone a unique perspective. Nice. I don't know the name of that person, C6018, what else? Explore idea with teammates and get to know about different perspective of others about that idea. Okay, nice. What else? Please be comfortable. It's totally fine. Dhruv Kumar, solving real-time problem. Okay, PBL is work on extra knowledge, which is helping others in life. That's good. Wonderful. Social innovation. That's what we mean by exploring our minds towards new innovation. Wonderful. Nice to see a lot of activity and enthusiasm in the chat window from all of you guys. Please keep it through during the session and you will be enjoying a lot. Okay. If you don't interact, then it will be a boring session for all of you. Latika, learning some new things with new people and team. Wonderful. Okay, that's good. You all are on spot about project-based learning. So from my crux, it's like in a very crispy way, learning by doing along the process of developing idea to product, right? Okay, you have to deliver something idea that help you overcome problem in society. Wonderful, that's good. So what are the different elements of project-based learning approach? We are going through 4 years of study across our BTech. I have also gone through. My year was also, I did BTech in computer science and I am a 2019 graduate just 2 years before, 2 to 3 years before. So I have been like knowing that and I've been working on project-based learning since my 12th class, since 2015. Yeah, 2015. I was waiting for my examination results and I published my first research paper after my 12th class and before my college. So you can get to know about project-based learning in a very perfect way. And the first element, what I see from my personal experience, it's like learn, relearn, unlearn, right? If I say, Maharaj, you want to know something, like you want to develop a project on Android development. Now, Maharaj doesn't know about something. Okay. Maharaj doesn't know about Java. Maharaj doesn't know about Kotlin. How he gonna learn? He will just unlearn the things what he have already known about Java, right? Because technology is kind of a constant thing where we get a lot of modification every day, right? If I am saying today, monthly release in a quarter wise, Oracle published the Java updates. Like first, the Java update was including something. Now they have included some new features. So it makes the student difficult how to implement the project. So that's the first important element of project-based learning. Learn, unlearn, and relearn, right? It will keep you updated. The second element, which is very most important. Now, if you think of an idea, right? Think. So thinking is also one of the most important element. If you don't think about your idea, how are you gonna analyze it, right? With thinking, it comes the visualization as well, right? If I say Maharaj need to develop an Android application for having the COVID patient beds, right? How many patients beds are available in this hospital or in this hospital, and he want to draw a Google map into the app. Now how he gonna do? He need to visualize the UI also, right? First of all, how the front end would be look like. Like for the hardware, if we take, I need to develop a home automation project, right? What are the different features you are visualizing? Shall I be using Android app? Shall I be using Bluetooth? Shall I be using Wi-Fi? From the use case study. So the thinking, visualization are the most important elements in project-based learning. The last very important aspect where students actually step out and they don't think about it that, yeah, I can't do it. Let's step out. I don't want to develop this project. That is research survey. People tend to come out of a project development because they don't feel very much secure. They don't feel very much attractive. They don't feel so much directive. If I say, I want to develop an app for COVID patients where I can get the number of beds available, there are a lot of application already available, no, on the Play Store. Now, in the research survey phase, you need to learn, you need to explore different solutions which are already in the market, and then work on the limitation of those things so that you can develop your own new model, right? Not completely new model. We are just modifying the existing solution. That's what all about is project-based learning. Moving to finding a problem and a solution, because that's the first phase, no, in the project-based learning and a research paper writing. Now for research paper and project-based learning, in the session, it will go in parallel ends. Onto the right bottom side, you can see abstract and introduction, it's written, right? In every slide, you will find these titles, and these are the titles which are being used in research paper writing. So don't worry about it. We will be covering research paper writing with learning how to develop a project and how to enhance your resume as well for your placement, obviously. How many of you are able, like, how many of you are going to join MNC? Can I see yes, no in the chat window? How many of you are going to join corporate after your final year? Yes, no, yes, okay, yes. Okay, yes, yeah, no, okay. So now we can see, right, from the call today on the students, on the call today online, we are able to see maximum the percentage are like who want to join MNC. Now, this is a very crucial time going on in COVID scenario, in the lockdown, how industries are hiring for you, right? If I say from the HR point of view, I won't hire a person if he or she only having the academic details. No, that doesn't work in industries now. They don't want your percentage at all. Percentage just the eligibility to get into the interview. But after the interview, during the interview, how are you going to defend yourself? Your extracurricular activity, right? All these IEEE activities and all those things. Perfect. Nice to see Shivaji sir. I guess you are a professor or a faculty or an industrialist. You are working in MNC. That's really great. Thank you so much for joining. So these are the things. These are important things. In MNCs, people are looking for your extracurricular activities. What you have done outside your academic learning, right? That's what we're going to talk today. Okay, now tell me, do you have any problem around you? Any engineering problem related to STEM, except COVID? I know COVID is a big problem for all of us, but yeah, except COVID, what are the different engineering problems? What do you see? Not specifically technical, just a simple problem. Like standing in the long queue for a McDonald's burger. I'm waiting for 2 hours and I'm waiting, Arey Baba, give me the burger. I am so much hungry. Why I'm not getting burger? I'm standing in 2 hours. Maybe I am standing in the long queue on a bus station. I am not getting bus ticket. So think on something. It's 6:24. We will start by iron my clothes. Oh my goodness, that's very unique problem. Daksh, thank you so much for sharing that. Maybe we can implement some engineering techniques, software or hardware type of thing to solve it. Nice. What else? See, these are the simple problems right around you. Any problem around you. What do you think? Go ahead. Waiting for 5 to 10 minutes. We will start by 6:30. You have 5 minutes. Tell me, what do you have? Any problem you have? Go ahead. Yeah. Which one, Vidya? Yeah, guys, sorry for the disturbance. I just noted that I was unmuted. But yeah, there's a personal work going on in the background. That's why I am. Okay, nice to see you. Keeping hard copy safely, Viraj. I guess you are talking about something like secret confidential documents. Is that so, Viraj? Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. Nice to know. Arpit, getting vaccine shots, slots, or sorry, slots. Okay, that's actually very unique problem statements I'm getting today. Guys, you can develop a project out of it. Okay, that's nice to see. Please don't steal others' ideas. Please work with that guy only who has dropped the problem statement. Okay, assignments. Oh, I guess that problem is already sorted in my in the University, Guru Gobind Singh in the University. What we used to do, one topper used to do assignment and we used to copy everything. Maybe that's allowed or not. But yeah, sorry for the faculties who are on the call. But yeah, these are the things which are shortcuts like students used to do. Okay, getting vaccine slot. Okay, network problem. Okay, nice. I guess Elon Musk is already working. Maybe you can work on something new model where we can take the modem or something onto some of the Porsche area where you are living. Some market problem. What kind of market problem? Can you please come up in the chat window? No honest online exam system. Oh my goodness. That's wonderful point. If normal, then fine parking. Nice. Parking, smart parking solution. Nice. Shruti is the same parking space. Online lectures is a problem. It's not the problem of your students. It's a problem for the faculties as well. No, faculties are facing this problem from since beginning the lockdown started and online classes began. Traffic. Nice. Thank you so much, Seema, for finding out that. Dikesh, cybercrime issue. Nice. Not able to attend my first. Oh my goodness, that's good. I was not able to attend my farewell itself because college was not going to organize that in 2019. But we conducted our own farewell ceremony of IEEE. So that was the solution to it. Yeah, maybe you have an online virtual experience kind of portal. You can use that. We can find a solution for electricity bit like adding IoT device to automatically generate bill monthly. Nice, Shubh. And you would be like good to know that I have worked on this particular model in my third year itself. So if you able to find me on LinkedIn or my website, you can find my third year research assistantship model. So I have worked on that only on IoT using edge computing. Nice. Completing lab manual. Oh my goodness. I'm actually touching the hot points on students, not today. So what are the different hot problems students are facing? If any faculty is on the call, you can also please take a note of these students' problem. Yeah. Okay. Queue outside examination center. Nice. Yeah, Shruti, nice. Traffic, crowd management. What do you mean by crowd management? Like maybe the traffic or something, or maybe the social distancing kind of thing. Buy a perfect device, laptop or mobile for our use, as it is hard to decide. Oh, Maharaj, nice problem statement. I guess there are a lot of portals available for comparing the products. You can have a look. Please don't bring the personal problems here. Please bring the societal problems. mining the Bitcoin, okay, potholes and roads, okay, using nanotechnology in daily life. Wonderful, guys. Nice to see a lot of unique problems today I've got from here. So let me discuss some of the problem statement which I have worked during my BTech time, right? So the first problem statement I faced in my second year, because in my university, I need to visit another college for giving my examination. So I was very much hungry when I was returning to my district. So my district and my place was like 1.5 hours. So I need to board a public transportation and I need to visit and I need to see like, yeah, how, where I can get the burger. So every time in that metro station, I was having McDonald's. I was waiting for half an hour, 1 hour in a long queue. And I was like, dude, please give me my burger. I am waiting. I am hungry. Why you are not giving it? So that's one of the problem statement I sorted out in my second year itself. I published a research paper on it, Aadhaar transport. The second is like unable to find hospital with available COVID patient beds. Obviously, we all know that this is the current problem, and we don't have perfect solution for it. We have lot of third party on open source software, but we don't have a concrete deployment model. Your teacher is not able to mark the attendance. How many of you agree this? How many of you agree this? Right? You can please yes, no in the chat window. Yeah, I can see the raise, Maharaj and Viraj. How many of you are like, you know that your teacher is not able to mark your attendance properly, right? Maybe she is putting the Google form or feedback form or something to mark your attendance. Yes, right? So why not you guys are making a software out of it, no? That's one of the problem statement I am giving you today for your own university development, okay? The last, your college doesn't have a digital library. Yeah, that was a unique problem for me. Actually, I was in my first semester. It was just 1 week after my admission, and I was waiting for 2 periods in the library for getting my library card. And I went to my librarian and I was like, "Sir, don't you have a digital library? Every college does have." Then I got the dialogue of that from a Bollywood movie. Ram sabka nahi hota, right? There was one dialogue from Shah Rukh Khan that you don't have all the things. Every time you don't have all the resources. So that was the same scenario in my first semester. So I went to my librarian and I asked him, "See, sir, I know Java. I can develop the software. Where I should go?" So he told me that, yeah, please go to the HOD of CSE department, and he will let you know the process. So it was 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock was my college off time. 1 hour I was having to convince my HOD of computer science department that, yeah, I am a capable candidate to take this project for the semester. So he mentioned, okay, you know Java, that's wonderful. That's in the third year of syllabus. And you are right now in first semester. And I was like, yeah, I got to learn from my 11, 12. There was an IP subject, information practice subject. So I learned Java from there. So I was able to develop a front end in 1 hour in front of him and he liked it. For first semester, I got that project. So I developed my own college digital library software in my first semester. And I was a popular guy in my college. Hey, see, this is a CSC guy who came from a school and he developed the software for the college. So why not you guys are taking these responsibilities? No, you have a lot of opportunities right now with your teachers and faculties, with your university, maybe attendance system, maybe feedback system, some kind of things. No, Google Classroom, Zoom platform. Develop your own software. You are a CSC engineer. Maybe the hardware problem. Yeah, if I say when the college will open, when the university will open, what are the different IoT techniques you can use so that social distancing can be maintained in the classes, so that we won't touch the gate of the room to open it, right? So you have a lot of ideas. You can work on it and you can propose to your faculties and members. So what are the different methods, what I think, how to find a problem statement? Who is using the current model, right? If I say I am standing in a long queue of McDonald's, who is using the current model? What are the different features of current model? What are the positive points? When is the correct time to bring your solution to the market? If you have something modified version, you have a lot of advantages in your model and you are covering the limitation of that. So you must be knowing about why the current model is not suitable, where your solution should be deployed. No? So these are the different questions which you can ask yourself while finding a problem statement in your society, right? And on the right hand side, as I mentioned, we will be going through the structure of research paper also. So in a research paper, we have different sections. Okay, I will be explaining all the sections during the presentation. The first one is the title. What is the title of your research paper? What is the title of your project? Then you have abstract and introduction. Abstract is kind of like 1 or 2 paragraphs of what your idea is all about. What is the problem statement, right? From where you were motivated to bring the solution. Introduction, it's like 1.2 pages, like maybe 2 long paragraphs or 3 paragraphs or 4 paragraphs, right? So you mention your current scenario. What are the different disadvantages of the current model? The second is like where you're gonna, like I would say, what are the different features you want to bring up, right? And what is the future aspect of it? What are the different advantages? Is someone else gonna be joining or someone else gonna be using your project? Okay, abstract introduction clear? I hope everyone is clear about it. Can I see yes, no, yes, no? Are you clear with these 2 points? Perfect. And if you have any question, as I mentioned, please go ahead and drop during the session. Maharaj or Divya or you guys can actually make a note somewhere in Notepad and take it out, right? If you have any question. Otherwise, we will forget to take it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Moving on. Now it's important part. What I always believe. When I was in my college, I strongly believe. Right now also I believe. And industries are working on it. Team working. See, an individual, a talent win games, but teamwork and intelligence win championship. If I say Maharaj is gonna work on an Android application individually, okay, he will be only having the brain of his only, right? He won't be getting a lot of ideas, a lot of suggestion from other people. That how gonna do? An individual can win a race, but a team can win a championship. That's a wonderful quoted by Michael Jordan. So I really like to put in the presentation today. So the main important part, how are you going to select your right team and how are you going to select the proper technology stack, right? Many times that's the mean, like if I say, no, I don't want to work with Maharaj, I don't want to work with Nidhi, or I don't want to work with Varaj because they guys are not so much suitable for this model, right? So what are the different questions you can ask yourself while deciding a team for you? So the first one on the left-hand side, you can see like, do your member has already one of the technologies that you will need for the prototype development, right? If I say I am having the knowledge of Java, Mahesh is having the knowledge of MySQL, okay? We both can come together and develop a software which uses the database and the front-end part together, right? If I know JavaScript and I know the back-end part of website development, Nidhi know the front-end part. So we both can come together and develop a website together, no? It's a team working, right? The second question, are they really interested in your vision of your idea? That's very much important. Now, if I am talking about an idea to Maharaj or Nidhi for the partnership, right? So they should be enthusiastic and they should be motivated about the idea to what I am motivated, right? They should understand that, yeah, Ramnik is motivated about this idea and want to deploy this model at this particular level or this particular place. Both of you guys should be aware about that, right? What we're going to develop. What are the motivation behind the selection of this title or selection of this project? Do you have the right personality to work with? Right? Many times when I was in my BTech, many times like a lot of students reached out to my faculty or my professor. They say, ma'am or sir, Ramnik is fighting with us on this project. He is not a kind of person that we should work. And I'm like, dude, you are not actually enthusiastic about my vision. How should I work with you? So you have to check it out in your surrounding, okay, in your circle. Do that person has the right personality and same capability of working with you, right? Do they be having so much ego or something? See, I'm very straightforward person because these are the facts which came to you onto the table, right? When someone is working with someone, right? Many times in industry, those are issues which come onto the front table to the manager. And manager is like, are you working in a school? Why you are complaining me like this? So obviously industries are not looking for these loopholes. They're gonna want you to find out all these things beforehand itself. Okay, they are not getting salary from some organization to sort out your personal issues with someone. Not at all. So you have to think onto this part as well. Do they have the soft skills to present your idea in front of other people, right? If I am saying we have an idea, okay, and Maharaj is not able to communicate well, Maharaj is not have the presentation skill, Nidhi has the presentation skill. Nidhi has the communication skills. So to whom I will choose? Obviously Nidhi, right? So these type of things, these are the type of questions you should ask, right? I'm not blaming Maharsh or Nidhi on the call. I just find both of you on the top. That's why I'm calling up your name. Please don't mind if you, okay, fine. So these are the questions you can ask for choosing your right team. On the right hand side, what are the technology you should use and learn, right? And now many times people ask me, brother, we don't know Python. And I'm like, do I learn every single thing? Do I learn whole Python? And I'm like, if you are learning a technology from bottom to the top, what you are doing? Are you doing a project in BTech? Obviously, you are doing a PhD in that technology, no? You don't need to know everything about the technology, right? It's a project-based learning approach. What is your project? What are the modules you're going to select in your project? Those concepts or those modules in the technology you learn, not whole thing, obviously, right? If you see my research papers, you will find machine learning, AI, and IoT. I don't know about everything, right? I don't know about anything. I just propose a concept that this is a module, image processing module in machine learning, or I will be using this module of OpenCV in Python. That yeah, for image processing, I will be using like this. That's a single concept. That's a single module of a whole language, right? So what are the basic technologies required for your idea? Do you have a student free access to those required tools? During my phase in my college, I was lucky enough because my college doesn't have any resources. So that's a lucky enough statement, no? Because today MNCs are looking for the people who can contribute a lot without any resources. So that was a plus point for me. But I think Silverhawk University is having a lot of resources for their students who come forward for funding support and all those things. I don't know the internal functioning, but yeah, IEEE is also always there to help you out. Humanitarian activity project you want to do, go ahead. Then do you have a case scenario visualized for your idea? In the starting, as I mentioned, visualization is very important point. If you don't have a case scenario, use case study, how the user, how the person who gonna use your model, how he gonna use, right? If I say, I will go to the ticket counter, I will scan my fingerprint and I will get the digital ticket. That's how, that's a scenario, right? So you have to be getting a scenario so that you can learn more. Right? What are the different fingerprints can, okay, I will learn about image processing. Okay, the database part, I need to learn about database management. Okay, the front end part for the website. Okay, I want to learn about the website front end. So these are the things, right? Then in the last, you know, Google is there, right? Explore and Google those technology to learn it rather than wasting your time on surfing Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter, right? We have a lot of time, bundle of time is there, right? During my in parallel to my job, I'm doing all these things right now also. I'm working on 2 to 3 research papers in parallel so that I could enhance myself. I can keep myself updated about the technology, which what is in the market. Yeah, now it comes the literature survey. Now abstract, introduction, literature survey. This is the third section of research paper. So what are the different resources you can use to learn what other people are working on your idea? Okay. So IEEE Explore Digital Library is there. You can download papers for free, right? Google Scholar is there. Springer Library is there. Elsevier Library is there. Okay. You can just Google it. The name you just Google, you will get the link. Okay. And yeah, so you can download other papers, research papers. You can learn more about it. What are the limitation of other people, right? If I say home automation project, so it's impossible, right? No one else would be working on home automation across the globe. Obviously, everyone is working on home automation because IoT is a trending field now. And how to get to know about it? What are the different limitations they are holding? Cover those limitations in your model. That's all. That's a research paper. That's a research study. Now the main part, prototype development. How you gonna go ahead, develop your project, how to present in front of you. Now abstract, introduction, literature survey. Now we have section, methodology, pros and cons, results and conclusion and references. Okay. These are the 4 sections which are left in the research paper. After this, research paper over. So simple it was. Okay, I know many of the students are thinking, okay, you are telling about this very simple way. Now it comes when writing, huh? It comes on to the writing, how we're gonna do it at. It's very simple. I will give you the resources. When I wrote my first paper in my 12th class, Obviously, you are from third year and final year. Why not? You can write your own research paper, no? That was a motivation I was holding back. Now I wrote around 15 to 16 paper. I was like 12 research paper in my BTech. I promised myself every semester I need to publish one research paper, okay, on some problem statement or something. So my approach is like divide and innovate together. Okay. If you're having a team, learn from each other and cross questions so that new things can be discovered. If I say, Nidhi, we are working on this app. Okay. Let's say an example, you are working on this Google Map app where we need to allocate the hospitals and we need to find number of beds available. Okay. Now we are in an argument. Let's take a scenario. I am saying, no, Google Map won't look like, we need to have a customized Google Map like Uber or Ola app has. Nidhi is saying, no, if we have the open source technology, why won't you use it? Right? So we have an argument right now. But on to the other end, if you see, it's a cross questioning. It's a cross learning. Nidhi is learning something new from me, what Nidhi was not aware. I was learning from Nidhi somewhat I was not aware. So it's like cross learning, learning from each other. That's why today in the session I mentioned, please, please, please don't stop ask question. Anything, any related to career or research paper writing or idea to product. Use collaborative platforms like GitHub, Telero, Microsoft Project for project management. Otherwise, like Nidhi is working on the same thing which I was working, right? What I was working. So now Nidhi is already working on that thing and I again worked on it. It's a rework for both of us, no? And we are not taking the project to another level. We are just delaying the process. So that's why better to use GitHub. And I was amazed to see, guys, there was one third year junior of from my college, and I was guiding her regarding a project. And I was shocked to see that she doesn't have a LinkedIn profile. She doesn't have a GitHub account itself. It's a common scenario in BTech colleges in India itself, I would say, because Indian students are so much into practical assignments on all those things. They are not aware what is happening on the other side. So guys, please explore these things. We have a lot of things, right? And yeah, you have the methodology. Now mention your old proposed model. What are the different software architecture? What is the simulation software you are using? Make diagrams using PowerPoint and include into the methodology section, right? Research paper is not something like inventing something new. Eureka, no, it's not like that. Modify some existing model, okay? And include that into the methodology. That's what it means, right? Pros and cons, obviously, you need to highlight your advantages and disadvantages of your model, what you are going to present. Results and conclusion. Now you have done the development. Yeah, now you know, like, yeah, this is the model I'm going to use and I'm going to deploy at that particular phase. What are the different conclusion, different results, different outcomes? If I say, Nidhi and I developed this app, okay, I'm going to give a beta testing into Silver Oak University. All the students in Silver Oak University going to use this app, okay, and give us the feedback. Now we have done a survey, right? Nidhi and I did a survey for this app. Who are the people? Are they getting some problems while using that app? What are the different features they are looking into our app, right? These are the survey. So what are the outcome you got to know? So that you can include into results and conclusion. The last is references. Now into the research survey, you have learned a lot of things about home automation or different kind of thing. Like, yeah, a lot of people are working. Now you have learned from their research paper, right? You can't copy paste their idea. But what you can do, you can include the summary of it into your research survey, into your literature survey section. And you can include the citation. Citation means when you get your paper published now, you will get the title and author name and the published ID and the page number from the publisher. Okay. If I say it got published in IEEE. So when you will visit on IEEE Explore Digital Library, and if you search for a paper, you will get a download citation. You include that citation into the references. All the papers you have taken the reference from, you have learned from, right? So reference is the last section. Okay. Moving on, that's the important part. Now Nidhi and I was confused like, Arey Baba, we have developed this app. Now shall I tell to my faculty? Now shall we tell to our college mate that, yeah, hey guys, I am working on this model. What do you think about it? Shall I tell or shall I not tell? Okay, how to secure your idea before publication, before your proper copywriting. These are the different things. There are three ways how you can secure your idea. The first one is research paper. the second is patent, and the third one is copyright. And these are the different resources you can go through to find the information more about it. IEEE Author Center, I will be sharing you the link about it, because IEEE Author Center is one of the most wonderful tool. And we will have we have 649, and I will let you know the live session onto their website. LedX is a tool for writing a paper. Better if you are very much familiar with programming stuff and you are comfortable with it, I would definitely let you know that, yeah, please go ahead on to LaTeX. PhD scholars who are doing PhD now, they use LaTeX. And if you are getting to know about LaTeX in your BTech itself, in first year itself, what a great achievement, no, for your resume. So LaTeX is a software which you can download from their website. Springer, elsewhere, all these are resources where you can get your paper published. Patent and copyright. So now, if you want to, if I say, I developed a hardware, I developed a software properly, and I want to patent every single thing, every single minor thing. Okay. If I say iPhone, okay, let's take an example of iPhone. So iPhone is a product from Apple. Every single thing, chip, from chip level to from the front end level, from the software level, every single thing is patented, right? From Apple. How they did it? They actually, you have the different part, right? You have the software part, you have the hardware part, you have the microprocessor part, and every single thing. Every single part is patented in a different way, right? If I say recently, I guess it's M1 chip. Maharsh, is it M1 chip, the new one, which they product? Yeah, okay. So
Yes.
M1 chip is the new innovation from Apple this year, right? Recently, from last month, we had a keynote of Apple. So they have invented an M1 chip for more processing power, more optimization in the camera and other things. So now they have patented their M1 chip itself from US office, right? And it is a saying, like a lot of researchers and a lot of industries say, if you want to secure your idea completely, go with patents publishing in Intellectual Property India, US office and Europe office. If you want to go for patent, better to register your patent in all three offices to make it very strong patent, okay? But as a BTech student, I would better to say you, if you haven't started into research paper writing before, go with research paper. Go with a conference research paper. Okay. So there are a lot of conferences available coming up. And if you're an IEEE member, voila, you are an advantageous and you are getting benefits of getting a lot of conferences in your inbox itself. Right. So there's a conference finder also. Okay. So before closing the session, let's move on to IEEE Author Center, and let's learn more about it, how you can actually engage yourself and how you can learn more about research paper writing. Okay, then we will open the call for the discussion. I hope, I'm sorry, who's this? Raji Lakshmi, you want to say something? Okay, no worries. So we have IEEE Author Center. Maharsh or someone can share the link into the chat window. So this portal is one of the wonderful portal I have been using so far in my research paper writing. You get a proper step-to-step guidance. Okay. If you scroll down, writing is there. What are the different steps involved in writing? If I click on it, okay. Now onto the left-hand side, you can see what type of writing you want. Do you want to go with journal? Do you want to go with magazine, books, or conferences? Okay. As a beginner, I would suggest you go with the conference writing. Okay. Let's click on conference and explore the ways how to write a research paper. Okay. On the left-hand side, you can see become an IEEE conference author. What are the different ethics? See, guys, this is very much important. Okay. While starting writing a research paper, you should know every single step available here. Okay. Because I am missed in my days. Okay. When I was in my 12th class, I was not aware about the ethics and all those things. We don't use Control C and Control V in research paper writing. Not at all. We don't copy and paste from any other resource. Plagiarism is very much important in research paper writing or research world as a whole. Okay. So how to write a paper in technical English. You will get to know about tips, how to use equations, how to publish author names in your native language. If you want to get your paper published in, you can say Gujarati language, right? You can do that. 100%. If you are comfortable in writing Gujarati, go ahead. And if you are not comfortable in writing English, it's totally fine. Go ahead. Refining the use of English in your paper, right? You can find some of the online resources what they have given, IEEE people. Structure your paper. Now you all got to know, right? I told you title, abstract, funding. Keynote is like if you are a researcher and you are getting a fund out of your research paper, so you can, it's an optional part. Introduction, methodology, results, conclusion, acknowledgement. It's like if I say Nidhi and I am working and one faculty has helped us out during the process of writing a research paper. So we can acknowledge that person. We can acknowledge that organization, that we are very much grateful of this organization for helping us for writing this paper. This is also optional. Leave this. References, right? So a very bundle of nice tools you have. You have got to know about graphics. What are the different diagrams you can make in your paper? What are the different templates? What are the different templates, right? What template, LaTeX template, which you can use? How to prepare it, right? See there's an option, find the right conference. So you can find the conference details as well. You can submit the paper according to deadline, right? And share it. If you have a data set in your paper, okay, if you are working on a machine learning paper, and if you have a data set, you can submit data set on Datapod, IEEE Datapod with your paper. Okay, that's a new portal. And yeah, that's what all about IEEE Author Center and how you can convert your idea into a product. Yeah, thank you so much, Maris, for sharing it. And let me just share you the IEEE Explore Digital Library portal as well, where you can download your papers. Scholar.google.com is also one of the portals. Right. So these are the different portals. Now, if I say you see, let's see how to download a paper. Okay. If you are an IEEE member, you will have a different membership, $45 to get your paper downloaded. Okay. And I'm really sorry to all the faculties. I will tell this method just to make all of them comfortable, because I know that portal is kind of a third party which did not use, and there are a lot of charges going on. But yeah, if you search a paper, if you search an author name, you will get the paper title and all those things. Oh, sometimes IEEE Explore doesn't work, so you need to very. Let's refresh and let's find out. See, this is my book. Let's take an example of my second year research paper. Okay, smart market. Now I clicked on my paper. Okay, related to smart shopping. Now you will find that citation option is there already, right? I mentioned you download citation. So you just copy this in your references section. If you have included my paper or summary of it, or you are taking a reference in literature survey, you just copy it and paste it into your paper. Okay. You will download the paper now, conference template, you will get to know. Now how to download the paper. Okay. This is kind of a very temporary solution, but I will let you know just in case you are having like problem. Just include this portal in the front of any paper. Okay. sky-hub.hc. Okay. And just press enter. And you will get the paper for free. Okay. That's a magic, no? So I will share this portal, but please keep the thing between us only. It's a third party method. I know a lot of faculties are on the call. I am really sorry to share this matter, but I guess this is very much necessary for our students to know. And it's a very popular method. All the students and all the faculties are using across the globe. And yeah, that's all from my side. Let me just share my presentation so that you guys can note my, there you go. Thank you very much for your patience, for listening me out. I hope you all have got a lot of insights today and a lot of homework I have given you to explore how to write research papers and how to work on a project during your BTech time. You can find my LinkedIn handle on the top, Twitter handle, and my email ID. Okay. And That's all from my side. Thank you so much. So let's hear from all of you if you have any questions, and we'll be happy to talk with you more. Let me just share the LinkedIn profile in the window itself. Please go ahead. If you have any queries, please unmute yourself and please feel free to share.
Yes, Ramni. We have a question. Thank you. Firstly, thank you for this wonderful session. And the question will be, as a student, what if I cannot afford the publishing fees? Does that mean I cannot get it published?
Nice question. Thank you so much. I didn't see the chat window. Who's the person, Bhavik, who asked for?
This question is from our side, basically.
Okay, no worries. Internal question, no worries. So
Yeah.
nice question, because see, there are a lot of confusion going on. Which journal should I select? Which conference should I select? See, for me and for all of you, for a beginner like you all, if you haven't started your journey in research paper writing, you can go ahead and find the conferences. Find the conferences online, okay, on IEEE Author Center. And the fees in average comes up to like 5,000 or 6,000. If you are an IEEE member, you will get a discount of 1,000 rupees. So become an IEEE member today, okay? So that's the benefits of being an IEEE member. And I guess like 5,000, 6,000 is the normal fees for students if you are teaming up with other people, okay? If I say six, no, not six people, obviously, 4 members maximum in one paper, that's very commendable and reasonable, okay? If you have 6 people in a paper, the reviewer will see, oh, you have got a lot of things, huh? 6 people in the paper, what have you done? Let me see. He will find a lot of mistakes out of it, no? You will have to have a quality paper, quality research into that if you are having 6 people, right? 6 people are a lot. Even a 2 person can bring a lot of new things, even if it is, right? So I guess the cost divides, right? In my case, every time I used to divide the cost among our teammates. So it comes very reasonable and it helps us to roll out the cost in a very perfect way. Okay, Sanduni is asking if we have a project with an existing solution and a new feature. Yes, you can do it. Yes, Sanduni, you can do it. If you have an existing problem, obviously that's what I'm saying. We have a lot of textual taxi rental apps, right? Uber is there, Ola is there. What are the different limitations they are having? Catch them, make a new product, publish in the market. There you go, right? Research paper is not completely developing a new idea. It's just modifying the existing model which are in the market and including what are the details you can put. I wish to know that these are many different kind of papers too, like survey, some practical project implementation. So I have to move forward with that. Okay, nice question. See, we have different kind of papers, research paper and review paper, not a survey paper. Kind of maybe people say about the survey paper, but review paper is kind of, you are just getting the knowledge from different papers, okay? And you are outcoming with the statistics that yeah, this country focuses, and you mention all the paper. This country focuses on this solution, this country focuses on this particular aspect. And the research paper is kind of when you implement a project, okay? You are a student, you are an engineer, right? You are working, you are doing your BTech. I don't think so review paper will be best suited for you. Obviously, for a long run, if you are going for higher studies, better to go with the research paper rather than review paper. I'm totally engaged against with that. But yeah, you can go with review paper also. It's totally fine. What else? Do you have any other queries?
If I'm in first year, how can I join IEEE?
Okay, the chair of Silverhawk University. I want to hear this from you. Please go ahead. Aniket, I guess.
Yes, Dev, you can join IEEE and if your college has a student branch, and you can also enroll. You can be benefited by the benefits provided by IEEE as much as Ramnik mentioned, like you get all the resources of IEEE available for free if you are an IEEE member. So it would be beneficial for you a lot. And you can join in by just signing on to the portal of IEEE, enrolling with your student branch's name, and paying a fee of $13.5 if you are a first time member. So it would be a benefit. It would be it's a great opportunity for you if you join IEEE.
Great. They from which
Okay, and
college
after
you are?
enrolling, whom should I contact?
Yeah, they from which college you are?
Silver of University only.
Okay,
Aniket,
so
Because
you can
computer science.
So you can contact our team. We'll be in touch with you. Just drop in your uh, contact number and email ID, so we can contact you later on.
Yeah, yeah. That's very wonderful, I would say. Guys, see, IEEE is an organization. I have been in IEEE since my second year. Okay. Oh, you shared in a public. That's good. Maybe other people will contact you for spam call. Guys, please don't do that. Okay. Just keep it personal. Okay. Fine. So as I was mentioning, I joined IEEE in my second year, 2016. And I have been IEEE right now as well, in the industry as well, right? So what are the different benefits I am getting? Okay. So I would say there are only generic 3 benefits and all the things comes up into that only. If you Google PVN model of IEEE, okay, you will get my article on the top, LinkedIn article, PVN, participation, volunteering, networking. Okay, that's an article when I wrote in my final year. Okay, after my third year, after my means 3 years of IEEE. Right now it's 5th year going on of my IEEE. So many people after their final year, they don't think to join IEEE. They're like, what shall we do in industry? Guys, this is the better opportunity. Today, if I say this executive committee, right, all the executive committee, today, Rutvi, right, I forgot the name. Yeah, Rutvi and Aniket and Maharaj, Nidhi, everyone on the call today who is from the organizing committee. They all are from second year, third year, final year, right? They are getting this opportunity in their college time to serve something back to the society, to learn something, right? I have started this workshop giving as a speaker since my second year itself, and I have been hosting around 80 plus webinars so far in IEEE, 80 plus webinars, 80. Okay. And I got to learn how to do a volunteering, how to do a leadership things, how to develop a presentation. See, these are the skills what industries are looking forward. Okay. And if you check out my LinkedIn profile, you will get to know a lot of things what I have done. Maximum of the things, volunteering and all those things, I have done in my college time. And when I was in my Wipro interview, January, it was like 10th January 2019. It was my final semester going on. And the interviewer asked me, hey, what is this IEEE stuff? What do you have done? The interviewer was underlining IEEE brand ambassador, IEEE chairperson. What is this? They are not aware. Industries are not aware about IEEE, no? So you have a golden opportunity to showcase your extracurricular activity to them, right? Industries are looking for it. Go ahead, join IEEE. 50% discount is going on. As Aniket mentioned, Future 50 is the code. Aniket, you can please share the details with all the participants who are non-IEEE member, maybe from different college also. If you are from different college out of Silver Hawk University, you can contact your IEEE student branch or of your college. If you don't have one, go ahead, just become an individual member. You can get a lot of opportunities like this today you got, right? Today you participate for free, no? You get to learn something from me. I get to learn something from you, right? There were a lot of problem statement and ideas you thrown in the window. I got to learn something new. I got to know that, yeah, how Maharaj, Aniket and all these guys are doing their volunteering, how respectfully they are approaching to speaker, how they are organizing an event. That's a very wonderful job. No individual can do it alone, no? That's a teamwork. So that's how you learn and grow. Wonderful. Do you have any quick more question or shall we close the call?
Yes, we have a question. Is there any free journals available to publish the review article? It's a question by Abhi Patel.
Okay, Abhi, see, if I say about the journal, there are a lot of kind of journal. Okay, we have SCI index journal, we have Scopus index journal, and we have UGC approved journal. Like Apple company is there, right? Apple has their own journal, Apple Academic Press. Harvard University, they have their own press. Every single university have their own press, their own journal. It depends upon the organizer, it depends upon the university and the organization where you are putting that journal. As of now, Springer offers you free journals where you can submit your chapters. And those chapters are actually lengthy, 20 to 25 pages. Now, Abhi, you are a beginner. If you are a beginner, please go ahead with IEEE conference paper. I would encourage you for doing that. And if you are an experienced researcher, you have already published the papers, better to go with Springer journals. Those are free, but it takes a lot of quality papers out of it. You need to present a very quality things. Review also, if you want to give a review paper in journals, that's kind of very 50-50. People don't accept review paper in journals as such, but it depends upon the scope you are covering, right? If you are covering all the countries on a specific technology or specific domain, good to go.
Okay, that's a great answer. And let's take a virtual selfie since we are back again together due to this pandemic. So let's take a
One
virtual
question is
selfie.
there,
So I'll
once again, one question is
sure,
there, Bhavik.
sure.
Recent
sure,
I work on smell detecting system. I don't know what that means, but it is not a new project. Want to know more about, so where did I get more information? Okay, I shared you the resources, IEEE Explore library. I told you how to download paper for free. Search smell detecting system there, okay? You will get a lot of papers and you will get to know what other people are doing. Perfect. Let me just stop sharing so that we can grab a little better picture. Okay, guys, please come on the camera and please feel free to just share the feedback on my LinkedIn profile or share a profile like by tagging me, share the feedback of this session, okay? And let me share the book also. 1 second. I told you to share I will share my book as well. Okay.
I request everybody to turn on the cameras, please.
Okay, guys, you can know more about research paper writing and patent publishing in a very detailed way. Today we covered the overview, but you can download this book for free if you are an IEEE member. If you are a non-IEEE member, I am really sorry, you have to pay $2.99. Okay. And if Silverhawk University can give a free copy by downloading from this link to all the participants, that would be good. Okay. Great. Thank you so much, everyone. And I hope everyone is on the call, is on the camera. We can make a week. I hope Gujarat is not going under elections. So it's a victory for IEEE. Please go ahead. Who will I take the screenshot? Can we get something like Bhavik? Are you going to take it?
Yes, we are taking it.
Okay, perfect. Please go ahead.
Perfect. So it was such an enlightening session, and it would not have been possible without our prominent speaker. We would like to thank our speaker, Mr. Ramnik Kalra, for sharing his precious time and knowledge with us. Thank you, sir, for conducting such a valuable session. Also, we would like to express our gratitude towards whole management of Silverhawk University and Dr. Saurin Shah, Provost, Silverhawk University. We would like to thank Dr. Satvik Khara, Registrar of Silverhawk University, founding member of Silverhawk University IEEE Student Branch, and advisor of IEEE SPS Silverhawk University Student Branch Chapter. Professor Mayuresh Kulkarni, Branch Counselor of Silverhawk University IEEE Student Branch. Professor Viren Patel, advisor of Silverhawk University IEEE Women in Engineering Affinity Group, for always supporting and encouraging us. We would also like to thank Dr. Vinayak K. Bairagi, sir, Chair at IEEE SPS Pune Chapter, for collaborating with us. Also, we are thankful to our enthusiastic participants for actively taking part in the sessions. We are looking forward to have such a knowledgeable events in near future and expecting the same enthusiasm and participation from all of you in our upcoming events. Also, I would request you all to please fill the attendance form link provided in the chat box before leaving. The name and email ID provided by you would be used for sending certificates, and you will be receiving your certificates in 1 to 2 weeks. Once again, thank you everyone for joining and sparing your valuable time. Thank you, Ramnik. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Bhavik, for that wonderful thank note. And I would like to thank, obviously, to all the organizing committee on the back end from Silverhawk University, all the executive committee of SPH chapter and the executive committee of IEEE Silverhawk University student branch. Thank you so much to Viren sir and Viragi sir for joining and for inviting me out. That was a wonderful evening, I guess. I hope every one of you enjoyed. And please feel free to share your feedback by tagging me. It's totally fine. Okay. And you guys, executive committee can share my handles, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Okay. And please don't send the request on Facebook. Okay. It's a very, very kind of thing. Like people send me a request and I don't know about them. And then it's very difficult to accept and reject. You can send me on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional network. We can get connected on that. Yeah. I hope everyone liked it. Can I see some feedback in the chat window? Oh, Maharaj is very quick. So Maharaj has shared the handles. So you guys can follow me. You guys can check out and tag me with any feedback. Anything you like or dislike, I would be happy to know. Perfect. Bhavik, are we done with the pick?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Are we done with the pick?
Yeah, sure. We are
Yeah.
we're perfectly done. Thank you so much.
Okay, please share with me and please tag me so that I can reshare with myself.
Sure, sir.
Thank you so
Sure,
much,
sure, perfectly.
Bharvi. Thank you so much, Viraj, Dhruv, Dhrublial, Anjali. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, guys, please take care. Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, sir.